Great. All right, go ahead and come to your comfortable seat. And go ahead and shuffle side to side, finding your sit bones, maybe a little bit rocking back and forth. And then come to center, sit up nice and tall, finding your spine. Think about drawing up through the center of your head. Take a big inhale and exhale everything out. Let your hands come to your lap, your knees, palms up or palms down, depending on how you feel. And closing your eyes or letting them focus softly on the ground in front of you. And then start to notice your breath. Slowly breathing in through your nose, feeling the air entering into your body. And then slowly exhaling out through the nose, feeling the air exit. As you breathe, notice how your ribs lift and fall. Notice how your belly expands and contracts. Notice how the air feels on your body, on your arms. Take a few more breaths here, letting your mind settle. And if you want, go ahead and keep your eyes closed as you reach your arms out to the side and all the way up overhead, letting your palms touch. And then exhale your hands down through heart center. Repeat that. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out to the side and up overhead. And then exhale your arms down through heart center. Last time, bring your arms up overhead. Keep them reaching up. And then reach up a little bit higher, like you're picking some apples. Stretching through your side body and your waist. And now reach up, and on your inhale and on your exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right hand to your left knee. As you breathe in, feel your spine lengthen. As you exhale, look past your left shoulder. Sorry, trying to mirror you. Confuses me. Take another inhale and exhale, maybe twist a little bit further. Keep your right hand on your left knee and reach your left arm up by your left ear. Breathe in nice and tall, and then exhale over to your right. Holding on to your knee, letting that be a little bit of a hook that you can hold on to so you can stretch even further. One more breath here, and then sit up nice and tall. Bring your arms all the way down to your side. Both hands, one on either side. Inhale up. Exhale through heart center. Inhale out and up. Exhale through heart center. Last time, reach. Inhale out and up. And on your exhale, twist to the right. Bringing your left hand to your right knee. And then lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Breathing here. Keep hold of your right knee. Reach your right arm up. And then exhale over to the side. Big side bend. And then come back to center. Let your arms come down by your side. Roll your shoulders back 3 times. And then roll your shoulders forward 3 times. And now slowly walk your fingertips forward, bringing your forehead closer to the floor. Coming into a gentle forward fold, maybe stacking your hands, stacking your forehead. Noticing how your lower back might feel. Maybe even swaying a little bit side to side here. And then from here, we're going to make our way into our tabletop position. So rolling over your knees, coming forward onto all fours. Placing one hand under each shoulder, spreading your fingers, pointer finger pointing forward, pressing into your knuckles, your fingertips. Drop your belly, big inhale. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Come back to your neutral spine. Think about the crown of your head reaching forward. Making sure you're lifting out of your hands, reach your right foot back, and then rock back and forth over your toes. And then from here, see if you can reach your left arm forward. Now lift your right leg, left arm up so that they're in line with your spine, not higher than your hip. And then can you lower both your arm and your leg so that your toe and your pinky finger touch at the same time? And then inhale, lift them back up. Exhale, lower down, trying to synchronize your arm and your leg. Couple more times working on that balance, using your core, your stability muscles to keep from swaying side to side. And now with your leg out behind you, your arm out in front of you, breathe in, exhale, draw your knee to your elbow. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Last time, knee to elbow and extend. Lower your hand back underneath your shoulder. Let your toes come back down to the mat. Slide your right foot all the way over to the left. Press into your toes and then look over your left shoulder. Feeling a big side body stretch through your hip. Breathing here. Bring your leg all the way back behind you. Return your knee underneath. Pick up your wrists, shake them out. Now, if it's available, turn your fingertips to face you and gently rock forward and back. If it's too much to do both hands at the same time, go ahead and do one at a time. Or maybe only turn your fingertips to the side instead of all the way towards you. This is really good for our forearms, for typing, for computers, computering. That's a word, computering. Phoning, texting. There we go, texting. That's what you kids call it. Turn your fingers back to the front. And now reach your left foot back behind you. Rock back and forth over your toes. Stretching out the whole entire back of your leg. And once you're here, reach your right arm forward. Now try and lift your arm and your leg so they're synchronized together, and then lower them back down so your toe and your finger touch at the same time. Lift back up, lower back down. Lift up and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. One more time, reach, breathe in, and on your exhale, bring your knee to your elbow, extend it back out. Knee to elbow, extend it back out. Try not to move your body too much, only your arm and your knee. Last one. Return your hand under your shoulder, let your toes touch down, slide your foot over to the right, look over your right shoulder. Finding that big side body stretch. And slide your left foot back, both knees underneath you. Shake your wrists out again. Bring your hands a little bit closer to the top of your mat, curl your toes under, and peel your hips up for your downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out. Think about making an L shape with your fingers, pressing into your pointer finger and your thumb, bringing your head between your arms. And then see if you can find stillness for a few breaths. Sometimes it's hard to not keep moving. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee all the way in and slide it up between your hands, coming into a low lunge. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out to the side and up overhead. Press your left shin into the mat. Press your right foot into the mat. You want to feel your hips get even. Drop your right hip down. Gazing forward, relax your shoulders. Find your balance. You might feel a little wobbly. Take one more breath here, and now rain your fingertips down, curl your toes, step back to your downward facing dog. You can pedal your down dog out, or take a few breaths in stillness, whichever feels more appropriate right now. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee in towards your chest, making space. Slide the left foot up between your toes, and then lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. And on this side, we're going to press our right shin into the mat, our left foot into the mat. So you might start to feel a stretch through the front hip flexor, keeping your hips square to the front of your mat. Pressing down into the big toe and the pinky toe and the heel, finding that stability. And then rain your fingertips down, curl your toes, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, bringing your right foot all the way up between your hands. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. Breathing here. We're going to twist towards the right, opening our arms, so towards the door. Nice, everyone. And now if you're feeling wobbly, press down through that front foot, press down through your shin. Think about your head getting taller, lengthening your spine. One more breath, cartwheel your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you, step your left foot all the way forward, lower your right knee down, untuck your toes. Reach your arms out and up. Find your stability, feel nice and strong, and then open and twist towards the windows. Lengthen your tailbone, think about lining your head up over your hips. One more breath. Cartwheel your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you, step your right foot between your hands. You're in your low lunge. Did it get really warm in here? If you want to open that window back up, you can. All right, in our low lunge, we're going to reach our arms out and up. See if you can find your strength, If it's too much, put your left knee back on down. One more breath here. And then float your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward, low lunge. Once you get your feet situated, reach your arms out and up, high lunge. And breathe here. Notice if it feels different in your hips, having your back knee lifted. And then float your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. One more variation here. Float your right leg up, step your right foot forward, find your low lunge. Once you feel settled, reach up, find your high lunge. Once you feel confident and settled here, open to the left. No, to the right. Your other left. Twisting. See if you can reach your left heel back a little bit further. Sit your right hip down a little bit more. One more breath. Cartwheel your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Float your left leg up behind you. Step your left foot forward. Low lunge. Square your hips to the front of the mat, then bring yourself up to high lunge. Once you have your balance here, twist to the left, opening your arms up. One more breath. And then cartwheel your hands down, step back to downward facing dog. And breathe. Look forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way up to meet your fingers. Let your head hang heavy. Reach for opposite elbows, gently soften your knees, and then sway side to side. Release your fingers, pressing down through your feet, start to roll up nice and slow, engaging one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to stand, with your head coming up last. Beautiful. Once you're standing, lift your shoulders up to your ears and then let them melt away from you. Find the balance between your right side and your left side. So shift a little bit to the right, shift a little bit to the left, maybe a little bit forward and back, and see if you can find that nice center spot. Soften your knees. Think about your shoulders being over your hips over your knees over your ankles. Take a big inhale, and then bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale your hands down through heart center. Another big breath, inhale all the way up. Exhale through heart center. One more, inhale all the way up. And this time, interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger. Lengthen, reaching up, 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 up. And then bend to the left, towards the windows. Pull your right hand with your left hand. Push your right hip away from you. And then come up to center. Breathe in, exhale, bend over to the right, pushing your hip to the left, pulling your left hand with your right hand. And then come up to center, release your grip, let your arms float all the way down by your side. We'll do some sun A's. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. We'll start off nice and slow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine, fingertips on your shins or your thighs or the ground. And then plant your palms, step your right leg back, step your left leg back into plank. We're gonna lower all the way down to the mat, fast or slow, up to you, onto our stomachs. Untuck your toes, slide your hands to the outer edges of your mat, coming up on your fingertips. Inhale up to a spider cobra. And then come right back down. Bring your hands underneath you. Press into your tabletop. Roll your toes under. Into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Lifting your hips up behind you. And then gaze forward at your hands and slowly walk your feet all the way back up to your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way out, up overhead. Exhale your hands down by your side. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank. We're going to lower all the way down again. So lower all the way down to your stomach. Slide your hands out to either side of your mat, making your spider fingers. And then lift up into your back bend. And then exhale back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself into tabletop. Curl your toes under. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Let your heels get heavy. Feel your hips reach up to that spot diagonally behind you. Take one more breath and then gaze forward at your hands and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. Exhale your hands down by your side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. From this plank position, we're going to lower both knees down, untuck the toes. Hugging your elbows into your side, lower down chest and chin. Once you're down here, reach your elbows back towards your hips, drawing your chest forward, coming into a back bend. Exhale all the way down, then press yourself up through tabletop. Curl your toes, peel your hips back and up into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Gaze forward at your hands and walk your feet back up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way out and overhead. Exhale your arms down by your side. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Take a breath in your plank and then lower both knees at the same time. Hug your elbows in by your side, lower down chest and chin. Untuck your toes, lift your heart and chest up. Come all the way back down and then press yourself up through tabletop. Curl your toes under, downward facing dog. And breathe. Look forward at your hands and walk your feet back up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale your arms down by your side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. So we've done all the way down. We've done knees, chest, chin. You can do either one of those, or if you're ready, lower halfway down for chaturanga. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll meet here. Lots of options. Do the one that feels right for you. And that may change as we go through class. Look forward at your hands and walk your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. And then exhale, right back down again. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Your choice, but if you're ready, lower halfway down. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And this is where we'll meet. And breathe. Look forward at your hands and walk your feet all the way back up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale your hands down by your side. Nice. All right, let's find our balance. Again, find your right foot, left foot. Little shimmy side to side. Bring those shoulders up. Drop them down. All right, shift your weight into your right leg. Lift your left foot up in front of you. Find your balance. Hold here. Open your leg out to the side. And then when you're ready, help your foot meet somewhere on your leg, either above your knee, or below your knee. Feel free to hold on to a wall, table, a chair. Maybe you can bring your arms out to your side. Maybe you can bring them to heart center. Maybe you can bring them up overhead. Think about your foot pressing into your standing leg and your standing leg pressing into your foot. Let your shoulders melt down away from your back. Nice. And then bring your hands back to your heart center. Bring your knee towards me. Flex and lengthen the foot out in front. And then let it slowly come down. Shake everything out. Shift the weight into the left leg. Lift that right knee up. Nice. Let's start finding our balance here. And then open out to the left. But that would be your right. And then bring your foot towards your leg. And press your foot into your thigh or your calf or your ankle. Letting your arms float out and up or to heart center. You release that stress in your jaw, maybe that space between your third eye. And then bring the knee back to the front, extend the leg out, and float the leg down. All right, nice, good balancing. Come to the top of your mat. We will build our flow. We'll do something fun tonight. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Choose your vinyasa, whichever one feels good for you. And we'll all meet in downward facing dog. So you can mix it up, you can skip it all together. You can just go straight to down dog. You can take a child's pose. There are so many options. All right, float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee into your chest. And now press your hands into the mat to make space so you can slide your left foot up in between your hands. You're in your low lunge. So from this low lunge, think about pulling your left heel towards your right big toe. You can feel the activation through your right leg, through your thigh. From here, we're going to reach on up to high lunge. From this high lunge, we're going to straighten our front leg, and then we're going to pull, get a little wobbly. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back into our lunge. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back. Reach our arms up. Now, from here, we're going to turn our back foot down and open into warrior two. Nice. So facing the doors. And then straighten your front leg, fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen, fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. One more time. And melt. From our warrior two, we'll gaze at our left fingertips. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Open your left knee over your middle toe so that your knee isn't tracking in. Bend and sit down a little bit deeper. And now cartwheel yourself down. Step back to plank. Go through the vinyasa of your choice or skip it all together. So knees, chest, chin. Baby cobra, upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog where we'll all meet. Breathing nice and slowly. Put your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Hold it in, hug it up to your chest, and then bring your right foot up between your hands into your low lunge. So by hugging that knee in, we're lifting it closer, finding space to get that foot up between our hands just a little bit easier. Think about pulling your right heel towards your left big toe. And when you're ready, reach on up, high lunge. Whew. Little wobbly today. The wider your feet are on railroad tracks, the better your stability will be. And now pull your elbows down, straighten your front leg. And then reach back up. Pull and reach one more time. And reach. We're going to turn our back heel down, open into our warrior two, facing the windows. Breathe here. And now straighten our front leg, fingertips tap overhead. Exhale, melt back down. Lengthen and straighten. Melt back down. One more time. And melt back down. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back. Peaceful warrior. Breathe here. Sit down a little bit deeper. Press into your big toe and the pinky of your right foot. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Draw your belly button in as you lift up and back so that you're not compressing through your left side. One more breath. And now cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa. So halfway down, push up, upward facing dog, baby cobra, whatever feels good. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here, let your heels get heavy. Put your left leg up behind you. Draw the left knee into your chest. Press the floor away from you, lift the knee up closer, squeezing your heel in to make space to slide your left foot up between your hands. Staying here in your low lunge, checking that your feet are on railroad tracks, that you feel sturdy and balanced as you reach up to your high lunge. Straightening the leg, and then melt back down. Turn your right foot down, open into your warrior two. Straighten the front leg, adjust your feet if you need to, and then melt back into your warrior two. Sitting a little bit deeper in your left hip. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two, bend your left arm, place it on your left thigh, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Now take your left hand and bring it down to your shin or the floor as you straighten your left leg, coming into triangle. So keeping your right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Engage your inner thighs, lift your torso up, arms nice and wide, and then bend your front knee back into warrior two. Cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathing here. Put your right leg up behind you, draw your right knee into your chest. Press the floor, Squeeze the heel closer to your bum and then slide the right foot up between your hands. Check that your feet are where you want them to be, pressing down into the floor. Reach your arms up, high lunge. Straighten your front leg, bend back down. Lay your left foot down, open into warrior two. Straighten your front leg, adjust your feet if you need to, and then melt back into your warrior two. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Breathing here, nice big stretch. And then come back to warrior two. Bend your right arm, place it on your right thigh, reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Sit your right hip down a little bit further. Reaching your left arm up. Nice, everyone. And then slide your right hand down as you straighten your right leg. It's like a 2-for-1 move. Coming into your triangle. So your inner thighs are engaged, reaching towards each other. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Think about drawing your right heel towards your left foot as you lift your torso up to stand. Take one more breath here, bend into your warrior two. And then cartwheel your hands down, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your left leg up behind you. Bend your left knee, bring it all the way through in between your hands, however you get it there. And then once you're feeling sturdy, reach on up to a high lunge. Straighten your front leg and melt back down. Plant your right heel open into your warrior two. Straighten your front leg and then melt back down. Turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Sitting your left hip down a little bit deeper. And then flow all the way through to side angle, placing your left arm on your left thigh, reaching your right arm up to the ceiling. Breathing here. Slide your left hand down as you straighten your left leg, coming into triangle. Twisting your torso out to the side. And then bring yourself up, arms in T. Turn your toes so both toes face the doorway. Standing nice and tall. Dive forward, hinging at your hips, bringing both hands down to the mat. See if you can find a flat back like we had in tabletop. And then if it's available, bend your elbows, folding forward even deeper. Letting your head hang heavy, maybe reaching for your ankles. Maybe you can walk your fingertips back through your legs. Bring your hands back out in front of you. And then with a gentle bend in your knees, roll yourself all the way back up, arms up, big giant X shape. Nice. And then turn your toes coming back into a warrior two, facing the front of the mat. We're going to guitar hero our arm down and up, coming into a high lunge. From this high lunge, we're going to shift our weight forward and come into a warrior three. So standing on your left leg, feel free to put your hands down on the ground or blocks if you have them, pointing your right toes down. And then everybody place your fingertips down on the ground, bend your left knee, let your right foot find your low lunge. Plant your right hand, twist up to the left. Breathe here. Lower your right knee down, and if you want, bend your foot, reaching back, stretching through your hamstring. And then slowly release that. Step back to plank. Go through your vinyasa of choice. And in downward facing dog. Float your right leg up behind you. Draw your right knee into your chest. Slide your right foot up between your hands. Find your stability in your low lunge. Once you're comfortable there, reach your arms out and up, high lunge. Straighten your front leg, bend it back down. Turn your left heel down as you open into warrior two, facing the windows. And then straighten your front leg and melt back down. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. And then from here, we're gonna flow all the way through to side angle, right forearm on right leg, reaching your left arm up. Moving into triangle by straightening our leg and extending our arm at the same time. Squeezing your heel towards the arch of your left foot. Stand on up. Both toes face, all sets of toes face towards the windows. And then hinge forward, diving down, bringing your fingertips down to that flat back position. Checking in that your feet are parallel and you're pressing into the outer edges of your feet. And then go ahead and bend your elbows, deepening your forward fold. Maybe you need to take a little bend in your knees, swaying side to side. Or maybe you prefer a deeper forward fold. Noticing your forward fold, that you want to think about the weight shifting into the balls of your feet. Your heels are still on the ground, but there's like a tiny, tiny little sliver of air underneath them. Bring your chin to your chest. Really let your head relax. One more breath. And then with a soft bending your knees, roll all the way back up. Reaching your arms up to the sky into a big, giant ta-da. And then warrior two to the front of the mat. Cartwheel, oh, no, yeah, warrior two. And then high lunge. Woo. And then as you bring your hands to heart center, shift your way into warrior three. Balancing on your right leg, left leg reaches back. Feel free to use props if you have them, or a wall or a piece of furniture. And now everybody reach your fingertips down, start to bend your right knee. Let your left foot slowly find your low lunge. Plant your left hand down, twist up to the right. Breathe here. One more breath. And then bring your right hand down, step back to plank, go through your version of your vinyasa, and we'll all meet in downward facing dog. We'll move into pigeon. So float your right leg up behind you, and then draw your right knee behind your right wrist. Slide your left leg back behind you. Check that your foot is straight, that your knee is on the ground. You're not in a banana shape. And then come down to your forearms. Now you might have the flexibility to go all the way down to the mat, and that's fantastic. But tonight, I invite you to put your hands underneath your forehead or a block. Because if your forehead is resting on something and really letting the weight of your head press down into your hands, release the tension in your jaw. Maybe make a sound. Let it go. Let that tension between your eyebrows release. Breathe deeply into your right hip. Maybe you can even stretch your left leg back behind you a little bit more. And then quietly settle into this space. Now come back up onto your forearms. And then slowly press yourself back into your downward facing dog. You can pedal side to side, maybe sway your hips if that feels good. And then when you're ready, float your left leg up behind you and bring your left knee behind your left wrist. Straighten your right leg out, look over your shoulder, make sure your right foot is not in the shape of a banana. And then slowly come down onto your forearms and maybe all the way down. Again, try and keep your head somewhat elevated on your palms, on your hands, on a block. And let the jaw relax. Make that sound. Open and close it. Notice the tension and then let it go. Let go of the tension between your eyebrows. And now start to come back up onto your forearms. Press the mat away from you. Curl your toes under, step back into your downward facing dog. Lower your knees down, cross your ankles, roll onto your bum, extend both legs out in front of you. Shift side to side, maybe pull some of that weight out. Slide your right foot in. If you want, you can cross it over your left leg, hook your right knee with your left elbow, and then swim your right arm behind you, coming into a seated twist. Breathing nice and slow, winding down. Come back through center, take a little bit of a counter twist, and then extend both legs out in front of you. Slide your left foot up. You can cross it over or keep it where it is. Hook your left knee with your right elbow, and then swim your left arm behind you. And breathe. And then untwist, take a counter twist. Come back to center. Place both feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. I'm gonna do the slow roll. You can join me or just meet me on your back. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We have time for one back bend. So either legs up the wall, or if you want to take a bridge pose, bringing your feet to the ground, knees to the ceiling, shins pointing towards your big toe. You should be able to tickle your heels. And now lift your hips up to the ceiling. Think about your chest moving towards your chin as your chin reaches up. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers behind your back to deepen the back bend, maybe not. And if your hands are gripping each other, release them, and then slowly lower down. Bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat and windshield wiper your knees left to right. If you want to take a happy baby or any other stretch, go ahead and do that now. You can bring your knees into your chest, holding on to your feet. Anything that you feel like you still need to do. And then when you're ready, extend your arms away from you, extend your legs away from you, and let the back of your head get heavy. I'm going to come around with some lavender oil. If you do not want me to come near you, place one hand on your stomach and I'll know to respect your space. All right, release your hands down to the floor. Take a big inhale, breathing everything into that center of your body, the center of your energy, sucking everything in. And then exhale, let it all expand out through your toes and through your fingertips. Take another big inhale, engaging all the muscles, drawing all your energy up into the center of your body. Squeeze it all in, hold it. And then exhale, let it ripple out all the way out, down your arms, down your legs, off your fingertips, off the crown of your head, out through your toes. One more big inhale, draw all your energy up and into the center of your body. Inhale, 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 squeeze, engage, and then exhale, let it all flow out, letting yourself relax, moving into your stillness. You're welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as you want to. If you're ready to come out, you can join me by slowly wiggling your fingers and your toes. Let your head gently rock side to side. Release your jaw. If you're ready, reach your arms overhead, taking a big stretch like you're just waking up in the morning. Maybe even reaching opposite arms further away from you. And then slowly roll onto one side, maybe drawing your knees into your chest and scooting over onto your side. Hanging out here, letting the blood flow adjust from your back to your side. In the next few breaths, start to press yourself back up to your seated position. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Feel your heartbeat, feel the breath, the life force that moves around inside of you. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge and appreciate that you took this time for yourself tonight. I thank you all for allowing me to lead you through your practice. Namaste. Thank you.